And just like, it was like Dead Man's Falls. Watch me!
Yeah, we were. We all live, by the way, so, curb your swearing.
Yeah, you.
And your anti-religious.
Yeah, and your heightism. You're a small
Heightism.
person. Yeah, small person
Wow.
vibe that you've got.
This is fantastic. This is brand new. You know how we have a different technical problem every week?
What's going
This
on?
one's mint.
What is it?
It looks like we've got the computer's taken over the world, right? And it's given itself a pixelated 16-bit afro
Excellent.
that wraps around the entire stream for some reason. In the middle of an image, by the way.
Right.
So the green screen has something that can't possibly exist according to what I'm looking at anyway.
Every week a new one.
Every week? Every week's a challenge, baby. That's the truth.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's just live stream from Facebook.
Yeah.
That'll make a fortune.
I'm going to be on top of the pops. Oh, wait, that's dead as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Like Jimmy Savile.
Bring it back.
Let's not. Not unless it's to bury it again.
I saw this. There was a thing that was doing the rounds on Facebook. It was Rolf Harris. You obviously followed the Jimmy Savile fun times. Apparently we're streaming Red Dead Redemption.
Excellent.
Let's see if we can get everybody. Hey, this isn't Red Dead.
What?
You're right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But
Red
30
Dead.
of you can leave. But as long as you 6 stay. Anyway, so Rolf Harris basically, and he's in a studio and he's got a didgeridoo. And I actually remember watching this as a kid, and basically goes, and it makes a beautiful sound, and he blows on the didgeridoo, but somebody's changed it. So instead, it's somebody, he goes, and it makes a lovely sound. And he does that, the screen obviously alters, and it's somebody cheeks open, farting. So it goes, and then it goes back to Rolf Harris and goes,
What's wrong? It's just very wrong.
That's so Rolf.
Do you know what it is yet? Yeah. It's 25 years and on the register, mate. That's what it is.
A stress at a point in your life that you can't deal with it. Early grave. Cheers.
That's the eternal of your entire family. That's you ruined for life.
Oh, how you fell. I take it you can't see the fro.
No.
So it's really distracting at this end. But hey, whatever. So,
Right.
boom. We took a week out last week because of family times. So it was a birthday. And so we're back this week. It was left.
6-7 seconds. Just trying to see what the delay was for me doing that.
You could have just kept it to yourself.
He could have done like
Brought it to the the meeting later on. In minutes.
by the way.
Where are the bear?
And we would have just like, why's he ravey wavy Davy? What's he doing that? Well, that's rather wet.
And I want to talk to the king.
I'll speak to the king in the campest way possible. Hello.
You've got a Korean theatre.
Yeah, I do. Grombrindal.
My name's Grombrindal. Camper than a row of pink tents.
I am Grombrindal.
What's he doing that for? That's never the heroic speech at Battle of the Five Armies. And everyone should follow me. No, we're not. We've changed our mind.
And when the sun rises,
Let the orcs have the Misty Mountains. We don't care. It's too embarrassing. Oh, it's the Earth Eaters. I'm not going anywhere near Grombrindal.
raw.
Come on, boys, let's get him. No.
Everyone's like,
Come on, everyone, let's charge. No, let's not. Let's just go home now. Let's give it. Come on, who's going to find the ring? No. Been there before. That's never. No. Just put your finger in. No, it'll make it go invisible. It doesn't.
your finger does.
Makes it go smelly. Anyways, you've pulled that down.
It's indestructible.
Oh, yes.
The indestructible ring.
So I found
Many dwarves have tried.
we were playing Lord of the Rings online, and
None
I
of them
found that
broken it.
before you typed anything in chat, if you typed in /, it shouted out as a broadcast.
Yeah.
So I found myself at the Prancing Pony,
Oh, the Prancing Pony, yeah.
right? And I'm starting in there, and of course, when all MMOs start, when the big releases, I don't know what's like now, but they get flooded with players, and people are fighting like mad to get through to the levels and all that. So you get to your first major city, and there's the Prancing Pony. So the place is packed, players all over the place. You end up here, and it's like stuttering because the server can't handle that many people. And there's me with basically with a macro repeating this entire speech, which is because I'm in the pub. I was being there on the way into the pub. There's an old man round the back with a kid saying, "Look, just stick your finger in me ring. it's gonna be all right." It's so weird.
That can't be right.
And that silence. All these die-hard Lord of the Rings fans going, "Stop it, you're making it weird." I didn't make it weird.
Sam made it weird. He made it. But
Well, the
Master
thing is,
Frodo.
throughout the continue, all the way through, it goes, "Have you seen halflings? What? They look like children to you." That's what you're going with?
Said the 3,000-year-old man with the big beard, and he just great whiz bangs and
Fizzle pops.
fizzle pops. Yeah, but he didn't have an indestructible ring and a slightly camp dwarf.
Missing out.
To the mountains.
Or was it Amazon? Or was it
Amazon.
It's not
Amazon, King of the Eagles.
Amazon doing.
And
Hello,
Yodel, Dwarf Prince.
No, which one is it? Well, someone's doing Amazon.
What's he doing
I'm
now?
sorting out.
Just telling in radio fun there for a second. Ooh. Just trying to get.
I'm so glad we
Just-
don't have any views yet.
Just trying to get Grombendals. Just trying to get into the moment for him because that's the sort.
Quick, get the... He needs more time to put on his armour. Oh, he's like this.
Just getting ready for.
What's he doing with that warhammer?
Getting ready for battle. I'm jacked. I'm jacked in the tit.
What are you doing? I'm stimulating the muscles before I put on my chainmail.
I'm getting inside my berserker rage.
That's so dark.
Yeah.
Imagine the dwarf wash. I mean dwarf.
Follow me into battle, man. No.
In the side right hand.
Maybe it's some sort of dwarfish ninjutsu.
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? What the hell?
He works out.
Oh, it's like the whips of the masters was upon them. Oh, suits you, sir.
Suits you, sir. Oh, me. The king of the dwarves.
Glorfindel. No, not Glorfindel.
2 o'clock in the morning. In the glittering glades of Angbar. Whatever were they thinking?
But it does appear to be winking at me.
Brace yourself. I'm going in dry. That's an actual phrase. He said that.
I'm actually getting cramp along the back of my head from laughing.
Right.
So, session 11.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Or is it?
It's 12.
It's 12.
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Where did 11 notes gone? I made no notes on 11.
Yeah. Well, if you
You're
look
drunk.
if you look at mine, 11 notes. It's like
Not important.
stuff happened, but it wasn't worth
I can't
writing down.
remember what happened in session 11.
I'm just going to put a little line under that and go 11 unknown.
Happened.
Yeah.
Oi.
So 11. It wasn't.
If you say it slowly, I can fill in some notes now.
Yep. So level. Lesson. No. Episode 11. You met once more with Tal. You found out Arvid was Ronald.
Was that 11?
No,
that was
wasn't it?
10.
That was 10.
That was 10.
Maybe we didn't do anything on 11.
We did. We only got. Remember, we would prattle on for too long on 11. We only got half a game in.
Wasn't even half. No, because that was the end. So maybe he's both just wrote down 11 for the following week, which
No,
never
no,
happened.
No, it isn't. It's 12.
Because
It is 12?
It is 12.
Yeah, it's definitely 12.
In 11. What are we doing? 11.
You just.
God. This can all be edited out, can't it? Right, quick.
On a live stream? Absolutely, he said, with no
Quick,
context.
somebody watch
With the 12-minute delay that we
episode
have. Just cut that out.
You met with 2 of the Elder Gods, you found out, yeah. Oh, by the way, I was saying that Ulrich was Tal's son. I was wrong, I meant brother.
Brother, yeah.
I did, was I saying brother? I can't remember.
You
I
wouldn't.
reviewed only some of it and didn't find that bit anyway. Wrong thing.
And then they killed the eagle and win. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, what? You were told to go to the World's End Mountains. I mean, basically, I know how it ended, and that you ended up in a place that looks like Reichdorf, but isn't.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's right, yeah, we got zapped out, that's right.
No, I remember the note.
Right, so you talked to Ingvar. That's what happened on 11. So you basically made contact with Ingvar. You found out that Godric had
he's been tortured.
stepped forward and said, ha, my time has come, and challenged him, and was obviously soundly defeated. He was being crucified, effectively.
I went in to try and end him,
You
and
did.
then it got followed backwards.
Tried? You certainly ended it.
I ended the tent, that was for sure.
That tent's done for. And then you were followed back. You were attacked from the mists. He charged into the room, and then you both woke up.
Yeah, we were
looking up
attacked
at a
by-
star, in a forest.
Yeah.
And you stepped out, you looked out, you realised that there was zero. Literally,
Time's frozen.
yeah. the lack of
Time's
light.
frozen. That's it.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna write that down. Episode 11. Time's frozen. Time.
There you go. 3 things happened. Right. Session 12.
And yes, so you are in I think as you both gone, well, what you said is that you're in some kind of Reichsdorf-like
Well,
environment, but time is frozen.
it's frozen, yeah, that-
Nothing's happening.
I was gonna
There's
say
no
that's-
life, there's no
that's the
breath,
thing,
there's
it's
no
just-
wind.
time has frozen.
But the stars themselves above seem to be moving past at a...
They're whirling across at an
Yeah.
unsettling pace.
Correct, yes.
Almost like time's rapidly accelerating, but not where we are.
Yes.
So we stuck with this Red Dead Redemption thing.
No, I'm just trying to evilly tempt people in with lies and deceit.
Cross-pollinating people. I'm expecting cowboys, yet I've got a dwarf.
Sorry? What do you want?
His default question is fantastic. What do you want?
What? You can't go in here. Name's on the list, mate.
I thought that was a question. I thought you were asking me to do something.
He looked at you like, what do you want from me? What?
Huh?
Entertain me.
Are you not entertained?
Entertain me.
It's Robbie Williams. Let me.
Entertain you?
Satellite
Is that
delay.
a question?
It's magic. That wasn't, no.
Could be magic. That's another
Wow.
song, isn't it?
No.
And if it was done badly.
It was
That's-
awesome.
The Backstreet Boys.
What?
No. Who was it? Did that one?
I forgot already what he said.
Magic?
Yes.
Was it?
Because it was every hardcore raver's wet dream song that come on, you know. Well, mortal.
Yeah, well,
Because literally every club would suddenly just fill with loads of blokes who all stand there going at each other, and then that would come on at the end of the night, and one was like,
while drinking Mad Dog.
because by then we were so drunk, nobody saw went, what are you doing?
Like,
Dare mention it during sober. Oh, in fact, up until that moment.
we're being ace.
Yeah, God damn it. That boom mic's catching me out.
I was too young.
You were too young. You're not 12, you know.
I'm in comparison to you.
What?
That wasn't even English.
It made sense in my head.
I'm quasi new.
And cause I knew!
I knew. I didn't even say quasi. I am
sounded like-
comparison to you.
That was straight out of Conan the Destroyer. I'm quasi new. Oh shit! He's invoked the demon. And in a second now it's going to appear. I'm quasi new.
I didn't say quasi at all.
You did. I'm quasi new.
You
That's
did
what it is.
say that. That's
You did.
exactly what you
That's
said.
why we looked at you like, what?
I even did a double take, and as if I was in the theatre.
It wasn't meant to come out as in quasi new.
In quasi new. You said it again.
As in quasi new.
As in course I knew.
So
It
weird.
wasn't meant to come out like that. I said in comparison to you.
It didn't. No, it was not that at all.
In quasi knew.
In quasi new. In Kubla Khan. Times. Where is he?
In quasi new.
You're in quasi new again.
I can't change this, by the way. Just to take you back to your original question. I don't know why.
But what did he? But maybe he's with this new spell that he's performing in front of our eyes.
No!
That's what Dumbledore would have said.
Ba-bum-bum-bum.
Well, typically what Dumbledore says, chase me! What?
Oh, there.
I thought we're supposed to be saving the world. Oh, chase me!
Put it
In
on.
quasi knew.
Title.
In quasi new.
Rise.
Roleplay, Rise of an Empire.
Subheaded in quasi
Quasi
new.
knew.
In quasi new.
That's-
I don't know
that'd
where you
be
capitalise it though. I don't know if it's in quasi with like
Rise.
Orvan. Episode 12.
emp.
How do you spell empire?
It's only got one K.
Q-U-E.
It's only got
Right.
one K.
Q-U-E.
2 T's and a P.
Is quasi knew a Z or a S? I mean,
don't-
it depends if he's going Aztec or
I don't know.
French.
But, maybe it's sub-Saharan African.
And quasi new.
We've now got a new...
It's a new Avengers film. And saved by the mighty Inquisitor.
I'd actually now find that, when we're going to obviously do the limited print Rise of an Empire t-shirts, and at the bottom will be Inquisitor! What was Inquisitor?
It was the mighty spell that brought down the evil one.
The one I...
You shall not pass, Inquisitor!
Yeah.
Followed by Dumbledore. Chase me!
Concentrating.
I think the last scene in Harry Potter with Dumbledore. Didn't he have a small naked child under a bench? When Harry stumbled upon him.
It's that bit from who's the comedian? And then Harry woke up and he was being attacked.
Yes.
It's like,
turns out he'd been in an asylum all this time, and it was his coping mechanism.
He was being attacked by one of the orderlies. It's just like, I ruined it. Completely ruined it. Like, so the deadpan way of did that. Walked up the mic. And then Harry woke from his fitful dream and found he was being assaulted by an orderly. And it was all a terrible dream.
Is that Scott's comedian?
I can't remember his name now.
Damn it.
What do you want to put in his game category?
Tabletop.
Table.
That's how they call it in the Americans.
In the Americas.
The Americans.
I've run out of juice. Damn it.
Tabletop RPGs.
Damn it.
Yes.
Save. Oh, they've actually got one just chatting. We should try that one time.
What now?
What?
No.
We're going to put in chatting, are we?
Instead they're going to Inquisitor.
Save. Is it saved?
No idea.
I don't know. You're looking at the screen.
Oh, the
Don't say it. Don't say it.
empty stream tells it. I haven't put an empty stream in. Right.
Who's he talking to?
Myself. Alright.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Rise in an Empire.
Inquasano. It's one of the first forms of kata. Inquasano. That's when you defend yourself against pole arms.
What was that?
It's high stance.
Take the Inquisitor stance. Inquisitor! Viking.
Not so rigid with the backhand. Cheers, me.
I'm going to spend the entire time with him apparently texting.
Yeah.
I think it's. I don't know if it's done.
Well, you could tell that it wasn't before.
It says save, so I've clicked save. See if it's
I
worked.
hope that that moment when you part me through a scratch.
You think, is my pen... Oh, okay, I've just drawn all over my head. Yeah.
I've had a few times over the years where I'm sitting there in an office, white shirt on, and go, oh yeah, oh. You've got
Time to get a new shirt.
Yeah.
Have to put that down on the expenses.
You're buying a new one. Inquisitor.
Inquasano. Could be my next name of my next company. Company house, Inquasano Limited. What does that mean? Anything it wants.
It's generally calling down power.
Yeah. And no one can pronounce it.
Spell it. It's a different spelling for everyone.
Oh, it's easy for you to say.
The cat monkey just trumpeted that one. He tried to meowing.
He tried saying Inquasano.
Last week he actually tried meowing.
What, like you said it? Meow. Wait a minute.
It was like a gargled, sort of high-pitched, squirky, sort of...
No, go back.
It had me and,
Yeah.
the other two going, the hell was that sound? We walked in the room and he went... And that's when we realised we'd never heard him actually meow in 3 years.
He doesn't meow. He just says it. Meow.
He
Meow.
trumpets. Inquisitor.
Inquasano.
Oh well, come on then, whatever. I'm done.
You know what? There's only 3 places you could possibly type. I don't understand how that took 15 minutes of you. There's nothing there. Where were you typing? What were you doing?
Somewhere
I
on
just updated your YouTube password as well.
No, I
There's
was
some
there.
Amazon preferences.
Just did a bit of shopping while I was there. He's just ordered some stuff.
I don't know. Oh, well, you've used the wrong hyphen there, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
What font do you use?
We use the wrong hyphen.
Yeah, we don't use that.
Yeah.
What do you use?
We use the one that has no name.
The other one?
There's another type of hyphen?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Inquasano.
Inquisitor! It's 10 o'clock.
Come on, man, this is why we don't get anywhere.
Come on, you two!
I was in the middle of explaining things. You shouted Inquisitor.
The man who's
I
been like for the
didn't say
last 20 minutes like that.
I said in comparison to you. You thought I said Inquisitor because
When we review the
these are
tape...
very white and you don't understand me.
Oh, that's terrible! How dare you? How very dare you,
You're
sir!
not,
I never saw you as the sexist type.
you're not cultured like I am.
No, that's right. Very urbane.
Right, okay, I'm ready.
He doesn't even know what that means.
What? Ordain.
Ordained.
Ordained? No, you're not ordained as well. You can't try that. Judge says you can't say you're a priest. It's not allowed.
Anymore.
I am.
Ever since that issue, you know.
Yeah, which we can't talk about. In Kwazanu.
Perfectly legal.
This is what got you in trouble the first time.
It is in Cambodia, but we're not in Cambodia. That's the problem.
Yeah. Sweatshops don't work here.
They don't. That's a shame.
In Kwazanu.
That's why the sweater shop shut down. With hindsight, we probably could have just renamed ourselves quickly when that turned out to be the bad title.
Yeah, not. Welcome to our sweater shop.
In Kwazanu.
In Kwazanu.
You stand before or inside.
Getting in the zone.
It's just, did you see the
Yeah,
just shut off.
It's just like an end.
Stop calling upon in Kwazanu. I think it's still recording, but yes.
It's just like you did that and it went boom. All right, well that's it. You're tapping into the streams of power. You don't realise what you're doing. Somewhere there's a universe has just exploded because you called for it in Kwazanu and then made the gesture. It's the will and the word, mate.
In Kwazanu. That's gonna
Don't keep on saying it.
That's gonna be in a T-shirt one day. In Kwazanu.
He's catching up. I think he's the one that's got a lag. It's not the computer.
It's just like it's almost like I heard that before.
Yeah.
He still doesn't get it.
We had that conversation before.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
Did you?
Is it?
Yes,
We had that conversation before, innit, bro?
Is it? Is it? Is it? What? God, no.
I'm not used to this late night.
What, you're normally asleep at this point?
Yeah. Holy. What was that?
In Kwazanu.
You've called upon the demon. That is.
Right. I was getting in the zone
And then you turned off the computer.
in the moment.
You're in the moment.
Right.
You're in the zone.
Caradak. No.
Yes?
I'm not wrong.
Caradak, but you thought you were like Caradak. Oh, is that me? No, that's right.
Wait, that's you! No, it's not. Damn.
I'm playing Grombrindal.
Grombrindal.
Yes. I'm playing the dwarf.
You're playing with what?
I'm playing with the dwarf. No, I'm playing the dwarf.
You're playing with it.
I'm playing the dwarf.
What's he called?
Grombrindal.
Oh,
Why?
I just got to remember that.
Is that right?
Kwazanu.
Well, Gromrindal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I thought you were going to go with Grom in the end. In Kwazanu.
Actually writing that down.
Yeah, that's gold.
Session 12. Title.
Yeah, just
That's going to be on the title of Session 12. In Kwazanu.
So everything seems to be. Well, obviously, it's night. It's dark. There's sort of an otherworldly feel about everything around you. There is no sound. There is, the forest doesn't breathe. There is no sound of the Rhine. Not the Rhine.
the
Reich.
what? The Rhine.
In Kwazanu.
In Kwazanu. It's just as well.
Right.
You've given the game away, Warhammer. You have stolen everything from.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, it was in
Reich.
Germany? Oh no!
All this, yeah. So the Reich is not even. You couldn't even describe it. Sluggish. It is not moving. Flame, brands, lights do not flicker.
So everything's perfectly in stasis,
Absolutely.
except the stars are zipping across
Yes.
the frenetic
It
space.
seems that the heavens themselves are passing by. But it's not like the sky's not getting lighter. It just literally just seems to be that the stars are moving at a blur that you can't recognise constellations. It is literally just things are just moving, almost as if you were on, as if you could perceive the rotation of the planet itself, of the world, and its rotation, its speed itself, and everything just seems to be passing by.
So the seasons, I'm saying seasonal changes that would normally. No, I mean the stars in terms of the patterns that they would normally take a season to move over, because obviously I'll be aware where the position of stars are, but I'm
Yes.
seeing that in a matter of minutes or moments or.
Moments.
So what I imagine is, obviously, because I haven't, Grombrindal hasn't actually looked up yet, but I'm assuming based on that description that it's just like a blur. Like is there a
You can see
blur?
the stars.
Or
It's
can
not-
you make out
yeah,
constellations?
Because at a certain point you would consider that it gets so fast it would just become light.
It's not
wouldn't it?
going. It's not going
you
like
can-
light
you can
speed.
see
You know when you like a ship
constellations
going through like when you go light. You know when you make jumps and that's
No.
not like that.
No,
You see the blur.
It's just moving. It's literally just.
Right.
And you can, that's what I'm saying. We're seeing seasonal shifts in
Like
the
a time-lapse
stars.
camera of a day, but you're saying a years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are we in respect to the town again? Are we in the town or are we outside the town?
You're still, it kind of just passed under the entrance.
So we're in the
gate, yeah.
we're in the sort of
In
like
the-
outskirts of the actual town,
Yeah.
town, city, conurbation.
Yeah, I think I said last end of last session, I was gonna check a fruit or something, wasn't I? Like pick up an apple or anything.
You pick up an apple, yeah.
If I could like eat it.
Yeah, you can.
And it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, well, when I say fine, it's not rotting. It doesn't. Your teeth don't crunch against stone.
It doesn't explode and turn to rotten instant.
No. But there's it's flavourless.
It's flavourless.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Wow.
Well, we need to get back to the King's place and see what's happened. Can we see individuals? Is it people ever just in stopping and stasis?
So you saw people on the gate,
Mm-hmm.
2 guards, as it were, in the clothing of the Umberogans, with bronzed helms and that sort of thing. But you have yet to see anybody else yet.
And they were just frozen.
Yes,
Right.
or at least just non-moving.
Right.
They're not. Let's not. I just want to make sure that you're not thinking that they're actually cold to the touch or anything. There's not actually frozen. They're just not moving. Yeah.
No eye flicker of the eyes
Nothing.
or anything.
Well, you couldn't see from the way you are. It's
okay.
it's at dusk. I mean, you can see well, but you can't see. You know, you're not. It's not like eagle-eyed vision or sort of thing. You know, you have to get up there to see, but perceptibly, you know, they're standing by a flickering by a brazier which doesn't flicker. And remember, you walked up to one of the brands that's on the bridge,
did give a warm.
and you were like, "That actually is warm, but it's not flickering." Yeah.
Right. So we head on in.
Yep.
Yeah, we head on in.
Yeah, we'll go back to the palace.
Right, you're at the longhouse. There is no, like I say, so you've passed into the town itself. This time of night, regardless of the movement of the stars, you know that you'd expect that there'd be sort of some sense of life. So just reinforces that there isn't. You get to the main longhouse, the doors are open, you can stand on the stairs, you look in, and the main brazier, which is always lit, is literally as normal, but again, it's giving off no smoke, it's giving off no actual visible, you know, it's these lights, these torches, the fire, etc., are the only genuine light source.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, everything else is like a bleached out grey or black, you know, darkened.
So the stars are not giving any.
They are, but in the sense of that they're not reflecting down upon the planet. You're not seeing like one of the, you know, you're not seeing Morsleb giving off a white light. It is literally, I'm looking at a white star in the background. It's, you're not feeling that it's emanating light upon the planet. You know, you're not bathing in anything. Everything that, what you can see, you know, obviously fire in the case of. If you imagine that fire is literally the absolute quintessential concept of life, it not only does it destroy, but it gives. It's forever rebirthing. It gives off obviously an intense heat. People aren't giving off. You, for example, as well, and yourself to a certain degree, you know, you can see the heat signatures in dark of living things. People aren't getting, the guards weren't giving off a heat signature. The lights themselves, though, the torches, the fire, is giving off an actual solid light.
Is it almost like we are? Oh, I don't know how we do it. It's almost like we're looking in on life, but we're not part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these people are. We would see their physical characteristics if we were in their reality, but we're not. It's almost like looking through a window, a permanently moving window with us, a bubble that we can see, but we can't actually. We're not experiencing it. Don't know how that helps, but I think
I want to be careful that it says I'm not agreeing with what you're saying, but from a concept, it sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
You know, when you with a what's the term I'm looking for? It's not a suspicion, a theory,
a supposition.
Supposition or theory. As a theory goes, then yeah, it's as good as any.
Okay, we'll head into what I'm going to need to try and find out where we are in terms of where we are in reality. So let's go to my room, where there'll be no one. There shouldn't be anyone other than me would go into anyways. And I need to try and commune with. I need to try and find out where I am.
Okay.
I just need to commune with reality, as it were.
So I will lead and head to Ulmakor's room.
Okay. You walk your way down. You are very much aware, as a side note sort of thing, that the usual absolute silence, the movement that he makes, you know, apart from the unexpected creak of a floorboard that nobody and hide, if they don't know the flooring is completely gone, replaced by the thump, thump, thump of the heavy-footed dwarf before you.
Oh, right, okay. So
His natural agility is somewhat lacking in this form. You reach the door.
Go in.
As you reach out for the door itself, you can feel a deep cold emanating from it. It makes you withdraw your hand and pause. Survival instinct, perhaps. Even a child you would think would move
pull
away
back from a fire.
Exactly. It's a purely instinctual, and you've grown to instantly recognise and trust your instincts. And as you reach for the door, you literally stop and pull your hand back, and you can feel this. It's not just like stepping into a cold room or being in a warm tent, stepping out into a snow environment or into an icy lake. There's something. This is not just cold. This is the absence of warmth. This is the just everything about it instinctively wise is pushing you away.
Perhaps you should lead.
Cheers, Grumbrindle. Do I sense anything?
Yes.
It's exactly the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
you don't know what will happen, but there's something about it saying that to enter the room would you literally both are to enter this room would be the death.
Right.
That you don't see, you don't know what it is. The instincts are crying, do not enter the room.
Yeah.
You felt this too?
Yeah, I can feel it. It's almost like you can feel like a heat of a roaring fire on the other side. Like, if I open this door, I'm going to get covered in.
Yeah.
Right. And okay, so I'll go to. Let's go and see whether this is the same at Erstad's room. Let's check out and see if this is everywhere, or is it just the room I was. So let's head to Erstad's room and see whether they do the same sort of thing, like put you back.
No. There's no. You don't even sense. Very quickly as you move away, you lose that get the hell away. That screaming instinct to do not enter. As soon as you go out with your hand, you've got the memory of it, but you can't even sense it. Until you sort of no.
Okay.
And you walk around. You go to Erstad's room. You could have a quick moment to walk around the Great Hall. You don't sense it anymore.
Okay. Let's go outside of where my room was because I've got a window.
Yep.
And see if it comes back. Like I want to know where the perimeter is. Where's the wrongness? Is it just my room or does it?
The best that you can tell, it is within your room itself.
We can't see in?
No.
Right.
If we're on the outside, we pick up a rock and break the window.
Yeah, well, we could, but imagine if it was total wrongness and then it's just been held back by the window and then you smash the window and the total wrongness comes out. No, don't do it is what I'm saying. He's looking around for a rock, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in with that, and you sort of go. You read his thoughts.
Like
don't do it.
Don't.
You even explain as you did, you know. And he's
What's
like,
that rock in your hand for?
A rock. Oh, just itchy.
don't do it as you turn away.
Just hungry.
He did it.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll go back and I'm gonna. I don't want to go in there. As simple as that. I'm thinking, like, well, I don't want to go in there. I don't know what's it. But there's nothing in there. It was just my room.
Why don't we try the rock?
Because I don't want to break it to find out whatever's in there comes out. It's not really a. Why do you want to throw? What would you anticipate would happen that you'd be happy with when you broke the window?
I will do it from a distance.
Okay, you break the window because.
I want to know what's inside.
And how would break the window help? And if by letting it out, what would you do if it?
We find out what's inside.
But what happens if it's inside is pure terror and death?
Well, what's the alternative?
Well, it's not coming out.
Well, we'll just sit here and just wonder.
Wonder?
Wonder. Yeah.
He's got to think about windows. We'll just sit here and window. You mean wonder? Yes, wonder. Rock.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Rock through window. What? Nothing.
Well, so I commend your questing thoughts of trying to find out, testing nature, Grumbrindel. I think just breaking stuff to see what happens is perhaps not the most astute thing to be doing at this stage. We don't know what's in there. What happens if it wakes something up?
Then we shall kill it.
Excellent. Let's move back to the Great Hall and I'll have a think about what we can do. Because this.
What do you want me to do?
Bear in mind that you've got Reichdorf around here. You were out in the forest to the east. You've come straight into the town. You've come to one particular area. The last thing you had conscious thought was you were in that room. It's now telling you don't go back in there. Obviously, the stab it mentality of the warrior is paramount in this case, but there is an entire town here. You've got other areas that you visited in the town. You could fixate on the long haul. You could fixate on stabbing it and see what it does. You could look outside the box and
go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We could try and go to other places we've been before and see whether they're familiar.
Right, okay, so where else do we know? We go to the docks or we go to
Arvid's
place?
Yeah.
We head to the tents of pleasure. They're on tents.
They're on tents, yeah. The non-tents of pleasure. Well, they are pleasure, but they're not tenty.
Intense.
Yeah.
So we shall head to the tents of pleasure.
Okay.
Building.
So you make your way down to the eastern well, as we said before, you follow the eastern wall around until it bends round and you walk down one of the main roads. You get to the point where Arvid's tents of pleasure remember it comes out more a tighter street, which is all a part of the town, and you walk through there, and even at this time of night, if you can even estimate it as such, there would still be a sense of life, especially around Arvid's. There's nothing. There is literally, you're walking down through here. The stones of the buildings look bleached of colour. There is nothing there. Beyond that temperature that you felt, that temperature drop, that warning from your room, as you walk, you realise that there is nothing. It is literally, you can't remember thinking, feeling that there is no temperature. You're warm, you're cold, you can feel a breeze. There's nothing. You don't feel the elements at all. And at this time of night, you'd probably felt that the sun's starting to go. The sun's gone down, the warmth is starting to,
I've got no sense of...
there's nothing.
Nothing of it with animals out in the forest or nothing?
Nothing.
No sounds of any noise of any...
Nothing wafts in the wind, and you stand before...
Is it wind? Can we hear wind? You can't feel the wind?
Nothing. You can hear in fact, you can't hear your footsteps. You can hear when each other talk, you can hear each other's breathing, but secondary sounds are not being picked up. As you walk, you just... The lack of sound is deafening.
Mm-hmm. So there's no, echo?
Nothing.
So we would hear...
Absolutely.
Each other, and that's it. It's
you can hear the sounds you are actually making if you're breathing out, or you go, you can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
not reflected off anything. There's no...
Nothing. So you stand before Arvid's. The doors are thrown open. Not thrown open.
Yeah,
doors are open.
Oh, okay. As soon as we hear...
You go through the deep arch doorway into the...
No, siree. Not a hell in chance that's happening.
So you're in Arvid's. What you can see in Arvid's, slightly different to anywhere else, is you can see a white wisp-like passage before you. I don't mean passage in the sense of a passage corridor. I mean as if something's passed by.
Oh, like a contrail from a...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it's moving from left to right and heading to the back of the building.
Oh.
Something to follow.
Yeah.
Because...
Wonder what that is.
Yeah, quick!
Follow it.
Yeah.
You head down the right-hand side. It's going towards Arvid's office, and you see it. There's markings. It's literally the tail end of it's the top of a head. It's a back. You can see the part of an arm. Something's moving or is moving, and it's literally giving off this trail. It's almost as if you could perceive how somebody moving was altering. Was making like the bow on a boat.
Yeah, right? pushing the waves.
But obviously it's pushing air, and it moves down, and you can see this moves down.
And is it moving really slowly, or...?
You can't physically see it. You have not come to the end of it. This is the trail end. So
right.
The further you go, the stronger it's becoming, and you can start seeing the slight the trail, a contour of somebody male and large, and goes to the left down into the storage area below the below Arvid's.
Down into the dwarf areas.
Yes.
Right. Okay. We'll follow.
We'll follow it.
Yeah.
Halfway down the stairs. Again, both you relying on your natural God's given right, God's given gift of being able to see. which you're thoroughly enjoying, obviously, having never had this gift before. Halfway down the stairs, you can see a wisp-like image outline of Arvid. He's physically like, you can see that everything, the muscle, the way that he's toned, he's in full sprint. And as you watch, he is perceptibly at the just moving.
Right. So, and this is Arvid, the that we know as Reynolds. Reynolds. And we shall call you Dave.
And
all right.
from this day forward,
does he look as he's running, or is he just walk?
He's at full speed. Yeah, he's at literally he's Tom Cruising it.
Universal acceptance measurement of speed.
As fast as fuck.
I mean, everyone else you get that miles per hour killer, and you speed of sound, speed of that, and then Tom Cruise mode. Oh wow, he's really shifting.
He's really going for that.
Oh.
Hands out. He's really getting it there.
Just splitting the atoms with his hand like that. Parting the waves. Ooh.
It works, and that's what we use in every game. Tom Cruise in it. We just have to fully understand when you say Tom Cruise in it. He is a full tilt.
Yeah, he's
full tits.
It's a tit.
Tom Cruise. So you mean full tits?
He's gone full tits. Oh yeah. I mean, erect nipples and everything. Just like woof.
See, the one that you want to go with, you can't because you know that you'll offend 100 different
yeah, exactly.
And then, raw, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing full.
Yeah.
I'm doing full tits. I'm talking Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. He's giving it Billy Big Steps. You wouldn't believe. Big Steps. I mean, it's not as fast as Tom Cruise, and then there's Billy Big Steps.
And when Billy Big Steps get caught and he turns around, he's got to get Billy Big Balls. Billy Big Balls gets upset and goes Billy Big Steps.
Oh, yeah, well, if in your life you've ever had gentle readers and watchers, if you've ever had a course to hit full Billy Big Steps mode, you know that you're absolutely tanking it. You're
tanking it. You're going full tits, proper Tom Cruise.
That's faster than Millennium Falcon. That can do the Kessler Run in 3 parsecs, which is a measure of distance, which is the stupidest thing in the world. You can do. I did it in 4 miles. You did it in 4 miles? What?
Well, that's fast.
What are you talking like Tom Cruise in it? Oh yeah. Chew back on his hair would be like
lips like.
That's why he makes that noise.
So yeah.
Right, so Ronald's giving it Billy Big Steps.
Billy Big Steps, proper, he's full tits. Tom cruising down the stairs.
I think we've all established that he's going pretty damn fast.
Right, so he's going very, very, very fast.
He's proper sharpishly.
He's coining it.
He's on his toes.
I can't think of anything more than that. Billy Big Steps in it. Jesus, he's shifting.
Like only Ronald or Bert.
Yeah. So, and the look on his. Can we pick out his face?
He's stepping around.
Yeah.
Right. Well, as you step past him, you actually see his eyes go and start turning to look at you.
What?
They're literally his teeth are bad. You can see that he's putting on full on.
He's gone full Billy.
Oh, he can't get any quicker now.
Yeah, he's reached.
But, the grimace on his face, as you can see that
he's trying to go faster than Billy Big Steps. Yeah,
Billy Big Steps. He's pushing Tom.
That could end the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you crack that,
but you can see his eyes turn as you step in the view. You can watch you can see his eyes turning, and they're looking at you. The rest of his body is still, teeth out, and then his eyes turn and look at you, but slowly.
Yeah. Well, we'll get in front. I'll get in front of him.
Go out with a stick.
just get his nose and flick it.
Stick literally by his shins and just go.
No.
That just reminded me of the Logan.
Logan.
When everyone's getting frozen and Logan just walks up to him and he's slowly stabbing the logo like. He's like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get in front of him. I'll get in front.
So he's doing 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's doing 12 parsecs. He's doing a kilometre.
Yeah, but he's in slow mo. We're not.
Right.
Because he's in a weird time thing, isn't he?
Just don't touch him.
So we can get
Well,
rid of
if and there's a red mist. Oh, well, that ended a bit differently.
I think Bert exploded as well.
Yeah, I stand in front. As
Right.
he's running, and I'll be like,
What,
Give
Ravy
it-
Wavy Davy?
give him the.
Reynolds like, what?
And I'll just say, Arvid, can you see us?
Well, like I say, perceptively,
Mm.
he is, you could stand there for an hour and he'd probably take a step.
Mm.
So he's not running into you.
So, is he following my finger?
Yes.
Oh, you're doing that in front of him,
so
are you?
he's yeah.
Yeah, his
I wanna
eyes
know.
aren't moving that fast.
Why
Oh,
is
but
he-
he,
He's
no,
not following your finger.
no, but like if I do this, he's
You're a
looking.
god.
He's not
Follow my
looking at your
finger.
finger.
He's not looking at my finger.
Why
No,
are
he
you
doesn't
looking?
give a shit about your finger.
Does he notice me?
We
Well,
know
he did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he suddenly go. Right, can you imagine?
And then it just went sick.
You know that moment when you're on parade?
Yeah,
So he
like-
goes, you go like that, your eyes flick.
Yeah.
And he's like your front going,
Oh, brah! And then we witness a god shit himself. Oh, too much. Brain hurts.
Can we make contact with him, or would our hands pass through him?
you want to touch him?
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't. Before.
So as he goes in that.
No, don't. Because if we're traveling at full Tom Cruise, and you touch someone at full, like the transfer of force could like just destroy things. I'd want to try it on something that's a bit more inert rather than a living thing, like.
Or a god.
Oh god, yeah. Ooh. Well, that's upset the world a bit.
Okay.
We
Then
divided by 0.
okay, I won't touch him. Is there a rock?
I didn't touch him. Coin. Oh, apparently he's not that hard. Who would have thought a god would explode
When a rock formed in front of him.
at a billion miles an hour?
Stone just go.
What? Why?
It doesn't matter, does it? Think about it. I think the concept he's trying to get at is
Yeah.
the reason that we haven't actually left in managed flight, our immediate vicinity, is that because we can't protect ourselves against the most minute space dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we start getting at a certain point, even the most minute space dust will just pass straight through our ship, right? So being a god, imagine that's a spaceship and you are dust and he's travelling at ridiculous towards Mars and you go ding, you're just going to blow him up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just all about just.
All right. Okay. Well,
Obviously, he doesn't use that analogy because that'd be weird.
Yeah, because be
But I'm
like.
just trying to help.
that all happened in my head and it just blew my mind.
Yeah. Just suddenly thought about space, Mars.
Space
Ah!
ships.
So yeah, no, we can't interact with them because the transfer of energy will be immense.
And he's
Yeah.
a god.
Right. Okay. That made sort of sense.
Yeah.
I will not touch.
Good.
I will not do anything. I will not throw anything. I will just.
So after he's you do notice that imperceptible look on Ralph's faces. He's very, he's obviously, he's going
very-
full tits.
He's very happy.
But
there's-
the look of.
Okay. Oh wait, we're waiting for it.
Yeah, there's a
I think the next one I'll be like,
there's a 700-pound dwarf immediately in front of him going. Woo, 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 oh!
Picking up a stone.
move.
It is the bit from Logan as the blades go towards your eye. Oh!
I will just stand in front and say, right. The thing is, we are very stuck in this strange dimension. We were in Ulmakor's room a moment ago, and now we are not.
Who are you talking to? You just talking? You
I'm
just.
just talking to him.
But-
Come
okay.
on, we know you're a god. Fix this.
I'm so gonna kill you when I get out of this.
I'll move out the way. I will watch you pass.
God, like yeah. Oh, I'm so gonna hit.
Did he just say cousin?
Oh, by the way, if you haven't, no, wait a minute. You should know that who I am because, or unless this hasn't happened yet. But no, hang on a minute. You give me this weapon. You give me this axe. Yeah. No.
All he can hear.
Yeah. This is
All he can hear is.
Just white noise in the back of his head.
You did this. No, you did this. I remember. You did this.
But you-
So, no need to explain.
You're talking at a billion miles an hour, and all he can hear is.
The fuck was that?
And then shit, just like.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is every time we talk, he's not understanding because we are speaking too quick.
If reality has slowed down for everyone else to this level, we
so
are.
I need to speak slower.
We would be like a mosquito at high, like beyond.
Bit. We are, and I'll carry on this because we'll be here forever.
I'll leave him doing his thing.
Sure, you want to do that?
Well, what I'm going to say leave is I'm not going to. I'm going to take a position away from his track of movement.
Yeah.
The shield.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down on the floor, cross leg.
Okay.
And I'm going to send out my senses. I'm going to try and find out whether I'm inside of a bubble, and try and find out if there's an edge to where we are, or see if I can go to the astral. See my normal transition to the astral, if I can almost come out myself and look down on myself and get a top-down view. You're like, where the hell am I? Right. What's going on?
Okay, so there's your initial senses.
Well, watching to make sure he doesn't pick up a rock or try and do anything.
How does it get you?
Poke him in the eye.
Yeah. Give him a wedgie.
So the standard, for you in projecting your senses is that you can't find an edge. You can't find where this ends. It's
right.
Everything is a lot harder, and when you project yourself astrally,
you
find it incredibly hard to break free from the coil. Literally, as if you are lifting the heaviest weight possible. You know, you're really pushing this. The astral plane is resisting incredibly. You've never felt it the way it is. Every step, every movement away, as you rise up, as it were, is with extreme tension, strength, resistance. Rising up above the town is exhausting, and your eyes are drawn to the only genuine feeling or sense of life and warmth, and that's down by the riverside, down by the docks. You can see there is a sense of life. There's somebody cowled sitting on one of the older rotting stumps of the jetty, well back. The tide itself in this reality isn't in, and this cowled form appears to be sitting barefooted, small in shape and size, not heavily belted, but heavily cowled. You're looking from behind, and this person's got their bare feet, and you can see the kneading the ground with their toes. Very humanoid.
Yep.
Toes. And looking out across the rake, and that's when you note at this point, obviously been underground, Man's Leap, the Chaos Moon, is dominating the horizon. A large moon, you know of it, you've seen it once every 8 years. What it seems to be, Man's Leap is rising, casting a green tinge across the entire. It dominates, that. We've got the large moon once every.
The
sort of doing this, and it literally seems to be, coming on it, and that's. But it's giving off that green cast. Nobody else can see it except those with the sight. And Man's Leap is casting up this green tinge across down the rake. In itself, that's not.
It happens.
It just happens. You know
yep.
what I mean? And like I say, people without sight, without power, can't see it anyway. But it is there, and it's not a time of year for this anyway. It's a good few months. This is the spring solstice. That's the autumn solstice when the Man's Leap comes up. But this person's sitting there, like I say, cowled, seemingly relaxed. You can see that there's life around them, this person, and their feet are in the grass. The sod, and right on the edge.
And are they inside the Man's Leap? Is it projected onto? So this person's covered in the glow as well.
Yes.
And is there a sense, other than the fact that they are a lot? Well, I mean, everything's
not aligned. You're not sensing that this person is aligned to the Chaos Moon.
Right. Okay, but they're alive, and they're obviously they're moving within this reality.
So that stands out massively.
Yeah.
It's a moving person.
So, look out and everything's solid, and then there's one person going.
Yeah.
You picked up on this person.
Right, so I'll come back.
So meanwhile,
I come back and I find 6 rocks hurtling towards him.
I understand. This is how you made me. You know who I am. We are stuck.
Excuse me.
And this is your fault, probably. It's like, can't be, even I can see that look. What?
And yet,
The eyebrows going.
and yet all he hears is.
No, I'm speaking slow.
Meanwhile,
Slow it
what
down.
Ronald's thinking is, so the fucking dwarf did it?
Yeah.
Because the only thing I've seen moving.
Gonna get that dwarf.
I Grombrindal. Carry on.
He's moving really slowly. He's not gone like dumb. I Grombrindal.
No, I am speaking slow,
Oh,
so
right,
he
okay.
can hear and understand.
I don't think he.
Because
Let's head down to the docks. I think I've seen someone who's alive and this is not stuck like our friend here.
Okay, so wonder
When
what he's...
connecting with your body.
Oh, sorry, I'm still. Woo!
Obviously, you can
Yeah,
see
that's
this anyway from your sitting position, but you feel your chest is very tight. Your legs, arms, your muscles are leaden. You are feeling exhausted.
Oh, right,
from
okay.
that, which is an absolute, not since the first time you did it have you felt such exhaustion. You're very good at this.
Right.
But this is, you are literally, you're breathing heavily. Your chest feels incredibly tight. There's a pain. Like just literally gasping in that air is causing your lungs to feel on fire.
Right, so I'm not easily back into the moment again. I've been overexerting myself, considering.
Absolutely, yes. Which, for what you were doing, is
Yeah.
absurd.
Am I okay to stand, or am I still?
Yeah,
Oh.
you can see he's weakened. Well, you can't because you're too busy. Whatever. Trying to communicate.
Taunting the god.
You get up and you lean, and you go. As you're breathing oxygen back in, your chest, gets lighter. You're able to suck in the oxygen, but you want to exhaust your arms and legs, or you're feeling life come back into you.
Right.
But it is a tiredness. It's not a exhaustion that's magical in that sense. It is literally like you've exerted yourself to far
Right.
more than you would have expected.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need assistance, Master?
No, I'm fine. It's just that took far too much out of me than it would have done so on any other occasion, which makes me think that I have limitations on how I can use this skill that I have. Because if that caused me to be absolutely exhausted, then overexerting myself on a normal scale could have severe consequences.
So we head to the docks.
Like you read my thoughts?
You said it. Didn't you?
No, I was going back to my body, but yeah. I've sensed that.
You head down to the docks itself.
We are going now.
And he chips in.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit icky.
I'm sure he'll fix himself.
And that's when the trickster god was vanquished from the universe.
Hi, I'm Manan. What? I have no idea. Round about version 2 for some reason, I decided that I wasn't going to be as powerful as everyone thought I was going to be, and I was going to be an aspect of Renel.
Yeah.
Now we know why.
Yeah.
You move off.
Yep.
Heading down to the docks, you see the person that he's
Dear God.
the tank is here.
Go away.
Again, their clothing is not manifested changing. There's no wind, it's not picking up on a breeze. But this person is of a slight build, almost female in stature, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything in itself. Would cast in your mind in the light of man's sleep. You can't see the light of man's sleep, but
Yeah.
what you can see is a slight build, a woman.
Is there a rock?
Possible. It's not a rock, it's a person.
No, I said, is there a rock?
Is it rock?
Is there a rock?
Yes.
Alright.
And they are, you don't know what the town, you remember the town when it was first built up, and this area of the dock itself, which has now been cast aside as the town got bigger, and they've got bigger docks now for the larger ships, long ships, etc. This is part of the original. Only some of the major down beams are still visible and running, so it is sitting on one. And this area of the dock is far enough back that grass has
All right. Okay.
formed.
Yeah.
It's on rich, much soil is involved. Yeah, you see this person?
Hello.
Are we close to them enough that hello is going to make a difference?
Depends on how loud.
Hello.
Yes.
All right, okay. Right,
Where there's no sound, that carries well. Person there turns, and you can see the rough outline, but there's not enough light to give much features. But you are both reinforced with that. There's something about it looks female. Again, they've just got their feet, like I say, like when you take your shoes off at the beach,
Yeah,
sort of like kneading it with the toes. There's a sigh of pleasure, but the voice is female. It's old. It seems to be steeped in cracked and wizened. The ground is soft underfoot, warm, still damp from an earlier rain. As you get closer, you obviously see that this person is barefoot, but the feet are, the toenails, for example, are cracked. The feet are aging. She sort of like just slowly does that with her toes in the grass. A further feel of life. Again, you're closing on this person. Definitely female. I further feel the life of the world beneath my feet. To walk barefoot is to feel the power that dwells in the earth, and to know that streams of uncorrupted life still exist. Rattled cough. Then there's a sudden sigh, deep, heartfelt exhalation. That such places are becoming ever fewer. Again, she hasn't looked directly at you, she's looking out across the river. Is a source of great sorrow to me. Every road, every hall of stone, every step taken on the path of civilization takes mankind further from his connection with the land that birthed him. She motions to the longhouse, visible above most of the buildings on the main road. It's on the way out of Reichdorf, to its stone walls that are being built up. When we're saying is that those walls are being reinforced. The advancements that allow men to survive in this world are the very things distancing them from the origins and their true strength. You are close enough to, depending on if you want to step in front of her or sit beside her.
No, I'm going to step in front of her because I'm curious. That's why I die.
I wonder what happens if I stand in front of that.
It's an old woman, emaciated, like real sort of. You look and go. Oh.
In
You've
Crone,
never seen an ugly.
it's Crone stage, is it?
Yeah, this is ugly. Like you find it disquieting to look upon her. Cheekbones or her face is ravaged by age. It's sunken. You can see literally the tendons in her mouth. Nose is hooked and thin out. Her eyes seem to bulge and are blackened.
Not dead, but just massively aged.
Right, yeah.
How are you not dead?
Direct and stupid at the same time. Why are you not pink? What?
Why are you not dead? I am connected to the world. It nourishes me while it also aging me.
Probably the question was, who are you? Rather than
that was going to be my next question. Who are you?
Who are you?
And why are we here? Do you know why we're here?
I know why you're here. Caradak of the Bactari.
I am not. Did I actually do the look? I just realised I did the look. I am not.
I'm not.
Or am I? What?
Oh, you saucy mare! Suits you, sir.
I am Glorfindel. You're not. Stop it.
I am Grombrindal, the dwarf.
That is your appearance, as given to you by Renald.
Who?
like
every woman does. You did it so well.
Stupid child.
Yeah.
Oh, Arvid.
Yes, Arvid.
We just saw Arvid.
Come sit.
Would you like an apple? Looks like you need it.
I am nourished enough.
Okay.
Ulmakor, sit by me.
Do I recognise this person, like who she might be representing at all in any of the the Semnothai lore?
Yeah.
Like my brain's racing. Like this is obviously not a normal person. Someone from the astral plane that knows gods when they say, "Who the hell is it?" And I'm trying to.
So if you suspect, and it is a moment that as it dawns on you, you can feel the cold dread of, do not step on the wrong side of this thing.
Right.
This is death for all life incarnate in front of it if you piss this thing off. The gods themselves...
Staring at like...
The gods themselves
I went away.
Give pause.
Yeah. I'm looking around for rocks.
According to teachings, this thing actually gave birth to the northern gods, to the most northern tribes.
So is this like Mother Time, is it? Or is it like...
Yeah, in essence, so it goes by many names. The ancient...
About to give something away.
The ancient Nothinghams and 299 buy one, get one free.
The if you know this name, then you win. That's it. End of an empire. Thank you, everyone. So it's
the Ancient Widow.
Ancient Widow.
I was looking the wrong way. So originally it was given the name in your mind for the ancient peoples. They called it Shabak. It was called Shabak. It was god of fens and swamps. However, as time went by, the
God of what? Sorry.
It is the god of fens and swamps, known as Shabak. Shaback. Write it down by all means. None of this. You don't know any of this. This is not going through your mind.
Oh, okay then.
Right?
Sorry.
But no, write it down. It's
Whatever. No, Shabak. Okay.
Shabak. But under great study and massive loss of life in the early days, as it were, it was more refined to known as also as the Ancient Widow. Basically, the Ancient Widow is just power. It is life. It is death. It is incarnate. It doesn't impact on the elder gods or the classical gods, or the ancient gods, but even they know to respect it in its place of power, where you can defend the swamps. Shabak gave way to the Ancient Widow, which moved north effectively. However, whenever you go to fens and swamps, and if there is a potential that like for example, the Brackenwelsh,
a big, huge, stinking swamp
in the middle of Tal's power base. So the ancient widow gave rise to the hags. The idea basically is that even children, if given the power, become. They're given power such as divination, healing, control of spirits, but effectively they control spirits. They have the power to stop things passing over to the realm of Mor. But if you think that Mor, his realm is made up of of mankind, dwarves don't go into the realm of Mor. The Alfar don't go there. Only man. So when you think of spirits, it's not the spirit of life. It is the spirits of the forest, the sprites, the dryads, the fae creatures. They've got absolute control over these things, and that's where the source of the Semnothai's power originated. And they then obviously, being a male-dominating power base, turned away. And though there's always been that centre area, you're always warned. But even at your level of teaching, you were never fully immersed in the arts of what the Ancient Widow is, what its true.
So are you saying that the Hag Mother's an aspect of her, or the Hag Mother's in her, where that old teaching still resides, that power base?
Yeah.
And that's where the Hag Mother happens to be as well.
Yes.
So
basically, the Hag Mother of the Brackenwelsh is the Hag of the Reich Basin. She is effectively, if you consider that you've been risen up as if Erstad was the first disciple of change, the Hag Mothers are the disciples of the Ancient Widow. Right. They are given their power directly. They are wizened and aged prematurely, but they are incredibly, very long-lived, and they are the ancient, the old shamanic powers.
Right, so it's almost like Mother Nature.
Rhea is the wife of Tal.
Right.
Agriculture, birth, and that sort of thing. The other aspect of Tal, whereas Tal is the wild places and raw life. Rhea's the Hag Mother is something different and older.
Right. primordial
Yes.
nature rather than
Titan.
rather than the culture of man's nature.
Yeah.
Has got Tal and it's got Rhea, but the base wild places of before there was gods
Yes.
was this
Yes.
entity.
Yes.
Right, well, I'm sitting down beside. I'm not doing anything to upset this one.
And he's just offered it an apple. Do you want an apple? Look, you could do with some food.
Why, you're not dead?
You look like you should be dead, you ugly bitch.
Yeah. But you were thinking it.
That's like I say. So, you this is probably not the ancient widow itself, the full
But
aspect of it.
yeah. But it's certainly a part of it, or a servant of, or
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
So
someone you want to offer.
I am gladly oblivious of that.
Not someone you want to offer an apple to.
I don't know that. Is that what you say?
You just see him, so he's looking, possibly the collection drains
Yeah,
a
like-
little. He sits down. It depends if you're very good with social cues,
Yeah.
or if you're just like other people where you are aware, but don't care.
I am aware of great social cues.
You are aware of
Just
them.
ignore them.
Yeah.
I'm aware of them. I like to wave at them as they go by.
Yeah.
And then I kick them in the nuts.
Have you given me one?
Oh, Lordy,
Have I given you one? It's not that sort of game. It's not that sort of game.
You just walked up and sat down beside her while looking slightly paler and worried around the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
Incredibly loud, isn't it?
lady, do you have a name?
No.
So we call you lady.
Gotta be what you want, child. But sit. Take a moment to relax.
I am sitting.
I verbalise everything that's going through my mind. I am sitting. I'm standing. I'm curious. I'm wet.
I'm looking at you with great disgust.
I can't help but verbalise everything that's going through my head.
I'm wondering how to kill you right now.
Oh, rock.
Fish.
Look, rock. Tiny rock.
Star. River. Hills, buildings. Ulmakor. Hag. Horrible. Creature.
Would
My
you?
shoes.
Could get that. Would you? Possibly.
Oh, I should play a character like that, so it'd be so funny.
Everything you see. You say
Yeah,
out loud.
just have to say it.
Shoes.
Oh.
You're dying on the call.
What?
So you Caradak. I brought you here so that you did not suffer those final moments of pain and terror, and to save your soul so that you may travel the realm of more. She hasn't bothered to look at you, but there is that look about it. She's just uncomfortable to be around.
Right.
No, mind, but the other thing is you're not sensing this. You know, the power that you would sense. Bear in mind, you didn't sense it around Arvid either.
Yeah. So they can't shield themselves.
Absolutely, yeah. But
So I'm thinking this is because she's brought us out of reality because that back blast was the thing that was going to end us.
Yeah.
Is there a way out of the trap that I sprang?
death is never certain. But why risk the terror, the pain, the pain of death and damnation? I can protect your souls while the shades feast on your flesh. Of course, you could choose to return and fight till the end.
We're dying?
It looks so. It looks like we may be in our last final moments.
This is us on our way to the realm of more.
No.
No?
This is you being taken away. The creatures that have befallen you will feast upon your soul. You will not enter the realm of more.
Stupid animal.
Starfish!
I will go over there and knock all the cameras over. I will!
Avast thee!
For that is why I was created. I am chaos.
Cortex cat. Starfish! Yeah. The creatures that have been sent upon you will feast upon your soul. You will not reach the realm of more. You will cease to exist and you will know nothing but eternal damnation.
What is plan B?
Is there a
Wait
way?
here until such time as they are finished, and then I shall release you directly into Moore's realm. You cannot obviously enter there until such time as your bodies have been sundered.
Evil cackling. Like, anyone want a leg? I was slightly disturbed.
You cannot enter Moore's realm until your body has been sundered. In the distance, the laughter of thirsting gods.
Yeah, like. Are we still? Has the trap been sprung, or are we still in our form? Are we dead yet, or
No.
is it?
No, I pulled you from that. I've pulled you from that before. You're still fighting. You are still shielded. They're weakening. You still fight them.
So we're not dead.
No.
So we can't survive.
Well, death is never certain. But why risk damnation of time? She's not repeating herself.
Yeah.
Wait a second. It's a recording!
Wait a minute.
Beep. Sorry. She walks back in again. But just in case you missed that bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
No,
check
no,
your sword.
I ain't not
I'm not
touching
touching
that
that
one. Not touching that one. She's free to.
Smash the shit out of everything.
Just destroy everything.
This is Tank. This is the Hag Mother. This is the ancient widow.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Just looking at us.
Yeah. That's what you should be feeling. You step in front of it and go, oh, it's looking at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not. We should have described the tank then.
The beast that knows no fear.
Yeah, just go
Go
walk.
off
Just
and eat a dog.
Yeah.
nah, okay.
Carry a cow off in the fields.
You can hear it bellowing.
Oh, it's got a bull. It's got a bull.
By the horn.
Oh, thank
Yep.
God. Right, okay, it's gone.
Is there a way for us to defeat this trap, these creatures, this enemy?
I don't understand. I don't understand why we're here. You pulled us out. Why? How does this benefit you? Do you work for more?
There seems to be a flicker of
No, you do not work for more.
the eyes sort of flare for a moment.
Forgive me.
There you go.
Hey, forgive my ignorance. I do not
Are
know
you my
anything.
bitch? What?
That's not what I said. Oh my God.
You might as well have said.
You just call her your bitch. Shut up, oh my God. You just called her your... No, I didn't. Rock.
Dick out. This is the only thing that I could do for my child.
Child,
Oh.
you are...
Bat wings.
This is your mum? So I'm just here by association.
Yes.
That's good enough for me.
I'm only laughing because, what? Yeah, I was on 3 foot of him. Yeah. Whew, look.
Glad I charged in at that point.
But Tal said I was important.
Not to me.
But that's still okay.
Someone loves me.
Not really anything I could say.
Don't you know I'm important? Not to me.
But that's still okay because somebody
I
finds...
love you.
Yes, that's...
Give us a hug. Let's hug it out.
I've been trying to keep you... This is your son? This is your child?
Yes.
So we are saved.
We're not saved. She's just explained that she's just waiting to shield us from the physical horror and pain of our death until such time as we can be ushered into
So wait, if
Moore's
Tal
realm.
is your father, where's Tal?
You can't be everywhere at the same time. Remember, he's
Oh, yes.
restricted.
No, yeah.
What we've got to do is work out somewhere whereby, because we have things to do and can't go into Moore's
Exactly. This,
realm.
this is all very troubling and very...
Basically, at this point, because your mind is obviously very much...
It's like...
Yeah. The point being is that she has... There's never been any passage of information by Ingvar or, the Semitite don't exactly write stuff down. And what teachings you've had of the Hag Mothers, or they literally will sacrifice. They have no man ever turns to the Hag Mothers. They're there for the women. They are, but they will. They live in the fens and the swamps, and the whole concept of it. The base of the Avatar, the ancient widow. It just says everything. It's all about wronged women, effectively. Yeah. But even they will. In this case, how they've got the powers of divination, healing, control of the spirits, etc. Which is why you've been told that the Bjorn has to head there. The Semnithai know that the ancient widows, the Hag Mothers don't exactly
Take kindly to visitors dropping in, particularly of the male kind.
Yeah, big ass guys running around the place with axes, demanding things.
And
A king.
And farting.
Yes.
And being,
And especially as...
I didn't ask for this axe.
What?
Randomly.
I thought she was like, I hate guys with axes. I didn't have
Where
this
did that
axe.
come from? Oh no! She never said that.
I know, just the way you were going on and describing the ancient
And I hate
widow.
men with axes.
Men with axes.
Ultimately, so footnote.
Yeah, ultimately on history. Mainly it was just out of the hatred of men with axes. And there was the start of the Me Too movement.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, Ingvar has sent Buso with the Bactari. There's going to be a big fight in the Brackenbalch.
In her territory.
This is going to wind up
Yeah.
the Hag Mother that's there, and there's a reason that the Cemetery generally avoid the place. That all said and done, you've got no reason to disbelieve her. Went, you've never been part of the whole creation thing, Tal and the Hag Mother. You were born, you're a demigod. This adds more to God than demi. Mm-hmm. Right? You are still human.
Yep.
You've got human, you feel pain, you feel the cold. And so, or the Hag Mothers, they are human.
Yeah.
Just because they've got immense power that links into the Ancient Widow doesn't mean that they themselves are. But they are incredible power. For whatever reason. And that all said and done, you were created. I don't reasonably that she isn't, that she's not what she said she is. But she's done nothing for your life. She never showed up. She's never sent you messages.
Absent mother.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah. Exactly.
When I gutted my first sacrifice, where were you?
To tell?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So, after all this is said and done, at the moment of your death, she's reached in and pop, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a matter of that, the absolute screaming, horrifying aspect of being eaten alive by whatever this thing is, but they eat your soul as well, which means you never find an everlasting peace. You never go into Mor's realm and be judged, to enter Tal's afterlife or Ulrich's. Your soul's going to be forever torn apart and devoured by the
whatever it is,
rising darkness in the north. So she's saving soul, and that you probably think is the main thing, that it's like, I'm trying to save your soul, you're a child. But I'm not doing much else for you. There's that's as far as his maternity is going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is not cuddle moment. That said, from what you understand, is she's preempted it.
Yeah.
So basically, there's only a death here, or the highest chance.
Yeah, there's a very good chance you're gonna die. I'll just pull you out of here before you do actually die.
Yeah. But
which is nice, but it's still not really helpful.
But it's also, it's like, it depends. You can sort of sit there and go, yep, no, I'm happy with that. I don't want to go through that. And ultimately, though we can, all pain is transient, and we're going to go on. No, if my soul's devoured,
that's not transient.
That's eternity. So, but of course, you can choose. You get that impression that this is a choice. She's pulled you out, but it's up to you if you want to go back in.
Well, this could end pretty quickly.
Listen, we've already gone too far with merchandise. Unfortunately, I have to disagree. We can't end it here.
That's the end of the story. And thank you for watching. That was an interesting end of 11 weeks.
Whoa.
Who died?
Hag Mother, do you know how much it costs in merchandise?
People go, wow. It really is true, isn't it?
Yeah, wow.
He died, he just killed everybody and finished the campaign after 11 episodes.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I don't want to die in perpetuity. Right, that's it. Yeah, I'll come with you. What? The question is what can we do? Can you help us understand what we can do for that slight chance we may survive? Is there anything we can do to give us, what is that chance? Is there anything we can do for this thing that's attacking us?
You're already doing what you can. For you seem to have immediately grasped a hold of the gift of renown without thinking that you already were gifted. You spent your life honing your skills to appear as the ancient dwarf of the Dweller. That's a choice.
Of the
Dwarves.
Oh, I thought it was like a place that I needed to know.
You should rely more on your skills where possible. The ancient dwarf is something that is a visual, that is to help you in the mountains, no doubt. But does that help you now? You do not have to be or look the way you will. Rely on your own skills. And you hide behind a shield. Though tired, reach deep into yourself. You have greater reserves of strength. You're more than capable be offensive in this. I can't guarantee your life. I can't guarantee your souls will not go unmarked. In fact, if you won't fall, but if you do choose to return to your mortal form now, I will not be stepping back in to help you if you change your mind.
Bugger.
Well, what other option do we have?
Well, we can just enter War's realm as is our
No.
as is our inevitable
No.
journey,
No. I can't accept that.
or we can die screaming forever. Potentially.
No, I'd rather die screaming
Forever.
forever than fail.
You see the what vague veil of old woman that was there is rapidly vanishing. And you can see the sort of like the shadows seem to be deepening. You see her teeth are baring. It's almost she's trying to control the sort of retort. She almost spits. Typical stupid males. Can't see beyond your axe or your sword. You're a blight as much as anything upon this world. Then you find yourself imperceptibly leaning away, and you're leaning back because you can just feel this everything there. This.
What I mean
energy
is,
relaxes and
I mean, we have Tyler's asked us that we have a job to do. We have to protect the king, the unborn child. Yes, that's what I'm referring to. If we die, it all ends. The king, the queen, the child, they rely on us.
There's one possibility.
They need us. And we have promised Tal. I promised Tal. I also promised that I'd be Ulmakor's champion. I know it's a bold claim to make.
If somebody turning their head said to dismiss somebody, that head turn is like,
Yeah. I can hear a noise, but it just sounds like a fart.
But what I'm saying is...
No, he's going to mansplain. What you don't understand? Now, little lady. Now, little lady. Oh.
You women folk don't get us men folk.
You just what? You man. Exactly. No.
He just goes. He just vanishes. Just torn from life.
You mansplaining the primal god. You don't understand. Little lady, your brain's too small. I'll make it simple for you.
I know you want the power of all women that have been badly handled by men.
But I'll tell you where you've been going wrong.
You just need a good slap to keep you in place.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're thinking.
I have not said that.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Typical woman.
Yeah.
I didn't say that either. Come on,
You're sexist.
I'm not.
How very dare you?
She's
How
sexist.
very dare you? Yeah, but
She's sexist.
She is, because she's looking at this a very one-dimensional way. Yes, look at me. I'm all the power in the world. Ooh, look at me. I'm not doing this again. So don't you dare say it for one moment. Don't you say this is in game, because it's not.
There's something called Simpson.
with your la-di-da ways. Oh,
the power in the world.
so you're so good with your vagina and you can give birth.
Tal's more powerful than you are.
It's true.
Look at my axe. Do you think what does this represent?
Just saying, Clay, you boys and your axes and stuff, but it's we boys and our axes that are fixing the world right now. While you gods are just, playing your own little game and charades, whatever you're doing up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first heart attack live on Twitch. Oh my god. Oh. Class.
So yeah,
absolutely.
She's a sexist one.
So basically, she looks at him, he goes, and you go.
Just before that, wait a second.
You go just zip it. Oh.
Just gotta talk to the hand.
She's looking at you, and you're looking past her, and he's behind going. Look at me. Look at you.
Look at
I'm
you.
thinking it though.
Yeah.
But it's coming out your head and straight into her mind because she's like, it's all there.
So, equal rights is a big thing. Box comes up. No fucking me. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I fully support your rights.
What do you mean? This is the other way around.
To be in the kitchen.
But this is the other way around. She's the
Do you
one.
know why you got small feet so you can get closer to the cooker? Am I right?
Don't leave me hanging! Don't leave me hanging!
I didn't say that.
Oh!
I don't mind cooking.
Cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
I'll do my once a month cook. As long as you
I
do
don't,
it.
I don't mind cooking. Up some heat in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, I don't mean to brag, but no.
This has gone very different. I must admit, this has taken me in an entirely different way.
I am the hag. I am the hag, mother. I am the power of all women that have been harmed and belittled. Shut up, woman.
Yeah. You think you've got problems? Look at me axe.
But it wasn't me who belittled her.
I'm a man with an axe and I'm fixing things.
Oh, whatever, man. Take typical, typical woman personality. Typical, I look at me, I've been, old men are just bad. We're not.
How fast did he cry? The facade of Zen.
Boom, gone.
Bloody women!
Where's that rock? Right, that's it. I already know for this woman.
I'll solve this. Where's a rock? See?
No.
I take it. I take a well-rounded argument and your thoughts, and I'll hit you with this till you listen to us.
Right?
Want some more? Oh. Don't make me give you the back of your hand.
No, but she's not willing.
Just give her a slap.
No.
Keeps her around, please.
That's right.
So I was saying, Tal, we have a duty. We promised Tal.
Did you turn away?
Yeah. And then you were like, hey, don't turn away from me, sister.
Hey, bitch! It's up to you. Ulmakor.
I will protect you with my axe.
Sure you will. There is no way. There is a way to defeat these creatures. There is a small chance.
There's always a chance.
Then I thank you for your help and for giving me this opportunity. And my respect goes out to you. And knows no bounds, but I have to try. I have to try because this thing, this blight, this scourge that's now coming into our lands will affect not only men, women, but also the animals, the kingdoms. All life is going to be affected by this, and this is perhaps an opportunity to strike back. So we'll give it a go, and we'll take the consequences.
That is exactly what I said.
Said a voice in the corner that no one's listening to.
I know. You just got really big. He's like, this is exactly what I'm saying. Hey, wait a second.
Look at my axe.
Tick, tick, tick. Bloop.
Look at the axe. Bloop. Just like a firefly in a bottle.
All the possible futures. Only one do I see you walking away from this. And in that future, that is the one that will pass. I shall see you again one more time. When Bjorn falls, and his child.
And his child.
And then,
Oh, you can't leave it like that! And his child, what? Rides a Harley? What? Discovers what?
What does that mean?
that's it.
Go on.
I'm not doing Ulmakor.
Are we now in a world of pain and hell, being attacked by things?
It's 11:15.
No, I don't care. No, I don't care. We started late. We started late. No.
Typical women!
Talked all bloody night, you did.
Dismiss me. I've got an axe.
Yeah. Got her point of view across and then just walked away.
Blah, 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 blah.
I've got so much to tell you. Where's that cat?
Oh, not that one. The hag mother cat.
Yeah.
So there's
The hag cat.
The last wording was when King Bjorn will
Falls,
fall and
yeah.
his son.
Yeah, but it was more like
But it was what did it?
and his son not finished.
Yeah, and his son.
When
King Bjorn falls.
and his son.
So it's just referencing.
That's bad English though. It should be when King Bjorn and his son falls. That it be? Yes, it is.
Fucking murdered me.
Ooh.
Who are you?
Is
Better
that-
know oneself it is.
What? That's not even English, you stupid thing.
Cortex cat.
decides to lick foot.
And smash the shit out of everything.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. Oh,
So we have to leave it there.
I'm gonna write that down.
Oi, man. Are we leaving it here? Are we leaving it there?
Yeah.
Oh. Why?
Why?
We've got 2 hours left before the Christmas break next Friday to hopefully survive. Bear in mind, it's how you survive is very important. That's one of the lessons I learned in life.
Yeah.
Right?
I won. Did you? Really? Did you win?
I can't close my eyes. I have no eyelashes.
It's,
Lashes? Eyebrows. What? No. Eyelids.
It can be called a Pyrrhic victory.
Yes, exactly. So do not assume that you're walking out of this high-fiving people and getting slam dunks and stuff.
That could be the only thing that's left.
Just a hand on a stick. We've got 2 hours before the Christmas break. That's going to be next Friday. And ultimately, not only is it, it's the, you've got to get the Brackenwelsh.
Maybe it's if we hadn't spent so much time mansplaining to the primordial female energy of the planet.
She just wasn't willing to listen to my point.
You're right. That is the point of her.
Why though? Why?
Well, you probably just don't agree with her.
Yeah, probably.
She's just that's why she's in a mess.
That's why she's a mess. Because she doesn't listen.
That's where you've gone wrong.
It's true.
That's why I'm going to tell you where you've gone wrong.
So the Ancient Widow, big, powerful. It's the birth of the Hag Mothers. Obviously we're out of the game now, and the Ancient Widows form or give power to the rise of Kislev in its entirety. The northern gods themselves, they literally branch out. They give the Ancient Widow gives power, and but before that all happens 2,500 years ago, which is now, this is where the power itself is unlike the elder gods, the ancient gods, and the classical gods, and all that sort of stuff, where basically they come and go with popularity and they build with strength and the weaken and all that sort of thing. This doesn't. This is literally something that is fueled by every, effectively, regardless of race, female. That's feels anger, pain, from in a world where basically they're not known for their power base yet, So even though the Reich Basin has moved on to become predominantly Ulrich followers, but everyone always tips their hat to the eldest, Tal, the father. The ancient gods have been forgotten about effectively. This power is still here in the swamps and the rot. Within any place. And these become the Kislevites, their gods. Aren't they ruled by queens? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Tsarinas and all that sort of stuff. So basically what happens is the gods themselves and the Kislevite gods, not all, but the main Kislev is carved out by the power of the Ancient Widow. Because literally at this point it's you can see it becomes aware. But the Hagmothers still exist in the Reichdorf, but they go north. They send their hags, their women north, and they become the power that will rule Kislev until the end, effectively.
So it's their fault.
They're not weak, but they are. There's a reason, the Semnithai, a male-dominated environment. The kings and all, everyone stays away from the Brackenwelsh because you can't face and walk away, because it's not like. Even in the future, as you walk forward, and the religions are, they become proper priesthoods, and I'm asking for help and all that sort of stuff. No, the hags, mothers are power. They are linked directly to the source. That's why everything gives pause, and voids this sort of thing. And if you survive, whatever's left of you is heading for a fight, a confrontation in the hag mother's realm.
Well, we've already met one, and now we're going to go and meet another one.
But it's the same one.
The same one.
You're actually heading to the Brackenbouch. If this was the aspect of your mother, or what is considered to be the female aspect of it, the male-female concept.
Then I've already met it once, and I'll go and meet him again.
Yeah,
if I survive.
In the next sort of 24 to 48 hours, you're going to be there having a battle in a front doorstep because you're going to meet the Hag Mother. And that was the thing, is Ingvar via Erstadt, or was it, basically said, you're heading over there, and that's a death sentence.
Yeah, well, it's a double death sentence because you're going to go and see a Hag Mother. Oh, and by the way, there's a whole series of Factorial waiting with sharpened knives to make sure that you don't even get there. Even if you did get there, you won't get out.
And the Skriani.
And
that still exists is in the Brackenbouch. Never mind the fact that
maybe we should avoid the Brackenbouch. Maybe we should just give it Billy Big steps.
Tom Cruise out of there.
Yeah, just get going. Boom.
So the Brackenbouch itself, not only that, but the Brackenbouch is literally the perfect example of the dark places where the monsters and the beasts, and things that don't have names congregate.
And we're going to go, la, 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 la. Hello, everyone. Happy disposition. Don't be like that. Yeah. Put that down. That's my arm. Stop hitting me with it.
Right.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nothing? So,
Nothing.
I just wish we could go on. See, I wanna
Any questions from our...
next?
Nope. Nothing.
From Holt?
Nothing even from Holt.
I don't even Holt's on.
Not that I could see anyway.
Holt.
Boo.
Boo hiss.
Boo. Boo.
Boo.
So what do we think? Unexpected, I assume.
I think we should I should have just said no. I'll take your offer. That would have been it. Boom.
Or was it?
Next week, I'm telling you. Next week, watch Kane throw a complete fit. What?
This is pre-recorded material.
Just takes all his material. Well, I had all this, but
who cares? Let's play Monopoly.
Yeah, apparently we're not doing that anymore. Everyone, Red Dead Redemption.
Yay! So next week is my last session for the year.
For the Christmas break, when we will be drinking and eating to excess, I think, probably. Yeah. That time of year.
Something excessively.
Yeah, sleeping, hopefully.
Yeah. Catching up.
Yeah.
So we've got that. Obviously, we've got our Red Dead Redemption on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. And then we'll see the end of this. Well, it's the season break, really, effectively, and we're going to be having sort of the 21st next Friday, then the 28th. We said we were going to have off because not. Yeah, so the 28th of December we're not going to be doing the RP at least.
No.
And then back for the 4th.
Which is the following Tuesday, is it?
Friday.
No, we're back for the
RP side.
For the RP side of it, yeah.
So we're taking one week. So a week today is the last
break,
episode.
Yeah.
The season break.
Then back on the 4th.
Then we're going to be back on the 4th. But we will. Well, I'm assuming that we'll be trying to do. Well, the 25th is the Tuesday, so I don't know.
Probably won't be a lot getting done on the 25th. I think it's isn't it? It's a big Amazon day, isn't it?
Yeah, something to do.
Something like that, yeah.
Something to do with the guy with clothes anyway.
Yeah.
And then the 27th is the Thursday, so I don't know. Are you going to be broadcasting on the 27th? Well, are we going to broadcast on the 27th? Some Red Dead? I know you won't be able to.
I won't be able to, yeah, no.
Yeah, we could do some broadcasting on the 27th.
So next week is as normal.
Yep.
18th, 20th and the 21st. Then we'll have the Christmas break. We won't be broadcasting Red Dead on the 25th, which is the Tuesday, but the 27th we will. We won't have the RP on the 28th. The following week, again, we'll miss the Tuesday Red Dead because that's New Year's Day.
Yeah.
You won't be available, I don't know.
Maybe on Tuesday. Depends on how excessive.
Tuesday the 1st?
Yeah, it just depends on how excessive the previous night was. But I think we should be all right on that.
Well, we'll see about
We'll see how it goes, yeah.
Something on the Tuesday night. Yeah. The 3rd, of course, is the Thursday night, and then the 4th, so everything's potentially back to normal.
Back to normal.
Week, so just 1 week off.
Yeah.
But this week coming, still got Red Dead, still have the fall of the end of the first it's mid-season break.
Yeah, and what's going to happen? Oh my God!
Finishing off the new year is you take the battle
to the thing that I don't know what's there.
Yeah, fun times, good times. Yeah. But apart from that, well, thanks very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry. No, wait. I can do that next week.
You can do that week.
I can do it next week.
You can do
You
that.
can't.
I can't. So Merry Christmas, because I won't be.
No,
We've just explained it.
Did we just say that?
We're just waiting.
what?
18th.
Are you back in the 21st?
Actually, we're all going to be there. Yeah, we are.
All right. Well, then not have Merry Christmas. How very dare you? No.
You're not having it until
Death.
we give it to you next week.
unless you die.
Holy shit.
What? Unless you die.
This could be.